Tip this thing off as Bryson Williams will tip off against Alex Dargenton at midcourt, and we're ready to get this thing going. As soon as the Aggies have the ball, they'll be moving right to left across your radio dial. It's Dargenton up against Williams. Tip-off is underway, controlled by Fresno State. Here comes Hopkins crossing the timeline, swings it back over to Bulls. Bulls back to Hopkins on the left wing. Down low, double team the post as Fresno kicks it back over. Here's Taylor with his first look at the ball, being guarded by Sam Merrill. Working around the left side of the court, cut off by Merrill. Swings it back over to Hopkins. Hopkins over to Bulls. Bulls on the right wing, trying to work around the horn. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Bulls inside the three-point line. Jumper is up off the back iron, but a big offensive rebound pulled down by Bryson Williams, and Fresno State will reset this offense.
It's just a heartbreaker. You guard them for 28 seconds and then give up an offensive rebound. Alex needs to do a better job boxing out.
Hopkins trying to work around the horn, and a foul will be called on Fresno State on the illegal screen.
Yeah, so, it's definitely Diogo started on Taylor and then Sam switched over on him. I think that is the key matchup. But, again, we have to finish plays. We have to rebound and end the defensive possession.
Kobe McEwen gets the inbounds on the far side after the Fresno State foul. Fresno State shows a little bit of a press, then backs out of it. Dargenton out top, straight away, three-point line extended. Over to Sam Merrill on the right wing, down low to Dargenton, who's got one-on-one opportunities here. Works to the middle, push shot is up and good, and a good look for Dargenton.
Just the progression of that play. We end up with a shot in the paint. Excellent way to start for the Aggies.
All right, Bittner with the ball for Fresno State, moving right or left to right across your radio dial. Working around the left side of the court. Over to Williams. Back over to Taylor. Taylor into the lane. His push shot is up and good. And, boy, you can see the athleticism of that young man.
Yeah, he comes off a ball screen and just ends up jumping over Alex, scoring it with ease.
Utah State forced to use the timeout as Dwayne Brown couldn't inbound the ball after the pressure applied by Fresno State.
So Fresno jumped out into a man-to-man full court option there and pressed us, and we just weren't prepared for that. We have to burn a timeout early, which, could come down to cost us late in the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's, you want to hold on to these as many as possible. 2-2 is our score here with 18:31 left to go here in the first half. Scott Gerard alongside Lance Beckert. And Utah State, really hard to really decipher anything in the early stages of this game. Defensively, great, but unless you're going to get the defensive rebound, 28 seconds of defense doesn't do you a lot of good.
Yeah, and it really was a phenomenal defensive possession. The problem comes in not boxing out. We can never – it's a fundamental part of the game where you must find a guy, box him out before you go jump and try to get a rebound.
So Utah State inbound to Kobe McEwen, who hands off to Dwayne Brown. Brown on the left side. Hands back to McEwen. Signals being barked out by Coach Duryea. McEwen on the right wing, trying to find somebody to pop low. Dwayne Brown gets it on the right low blocks. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Dwayne Brown going to work. Works to the middle of the court. Back in. Lays it up and in. No double team, and Dwayne Brown took advantage of it.
Yeah, there's a concerted effort in this game to score the ball in the paint, which I think is a great start. That'll free up Kobe and Sam as the game progresses.
4-2, Aggies with a 2-point lead into the lane as the Red Sea opened up, but unable to finish is Taylor. Another offensive rebound by Williams. His shot is up and missed, but he goes to the free throw line after the foul.
Yeah, so that's, again, just a box-out error. Sam was not able to box out because he had to help on the drive from Taylor, and then the shot goes up, and Sam ends up picking up his first foul on a rebounding foul.
Bryson Williams off that offensive rebound. He now has 2 offensive boards. His first free throw is up and good. He'll have one more. He's a 58% free throw shooter, so maybe we got a chance he'll clank this one. Aggies lead 4-3, still in the early stages of this game. 17:47 left to go here in the first half. Second free throw for Williams is up, and he makes both. 2 for 2 on that trip. And Fresno State again showing a little bit of pressure as we're all tied up at 4 apiece. Dargenton to Sam Merrill. Merrill had a chance to run but pulls it back as the Aggies definitely break the press. McEwen on the right wing, picked up there by Taylor. Back over to Merrill. Merrill working it around after a Dargenton screen. Gets into lane, loses the handle, they'll call a foul on Fresno State. So the foul's coming in fast and furious here in the early stages of this game, Coach.
Yeah, and Coach Duryea, he's called 3 straight set plays, which he hasn't done in the past. We're definitely trying to control the game a little bit more.
Yeah. So McEwen will inbound underneath his own basket. Looking for Brown, can't find anybody. Has to go long down to Diogo Brito at midcourt, who hands back over to McEwen. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Aggies and Bulldogs all square at 4 apiece. Merrill double teamed outside the three-point line. Over to Brito, to Brown. Brown wants to drive baseline, into the lane, won't go, gets his own rebound, puts the second shot up and gets it to go, and the Aggies lead 6-4.
Yeah, so interesting. They won't double team the post, but they're going to double team Sam Merrill 18 feet from the basket. So you see where their emphasis is on defense. We need to keep exploiting them inside.
Bowles hands over to Taylor. Taylor back over to Bittner. Bittner working around, looking for a screen, has to pick up his dribble, then back to Bowles. Three-point line extended, 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Aggies lead 6-4, 16:52 left to go here in the first half. Drive by Bowles, up and good, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for a chance for an N1.
Well, this game might take 3 hours at this pace. I mean, there's a foul on every possession, so it's definitely exactly what you had expected moving into this game, and that's how it's being called.
So Bowles gets the N1. Fresno State has a chance to take their first lead in this game. We're all tied up at 6 apiece, 16:49 left to go here in the first half. Bowles' shot is up, back iron won't go, and we remain tied at 6 apiece. Sam Merrill holding onto the ball. Picked up by Bowles at midcourt, crossing the timeline. Aggies and Bulldogs, 54th time these two teams have met. Alex Dargington outside the three-point line, works it over to Brito. Brito tries to drive, but is cut off. Works the left side. Now gets back into the middle of the court. His shot is blocked away, and Bowles gets the rebound going the other way for Fresno State. Long, athletic Bulldog team comes away with a block shot. Good look down low on the right block. Push shot is up and good. And Williams has his 4th point of the night, and Fresno State has their first lead of the game at 8-6. Kobe McEwen driving himself is yet to take a shot attempt. Kicks it over to Dargington, who takes the three and buries the three from the right wing. Who says the big man can't hit from outside?
Yeah, and that was that. Kobe did a fine job of dribbling it into the paint and passing it. It's almost a free throw for Alex at that point. Excellent shot.
Aggies take the lead back, 9-8, 15:50 left to go. Taylor hands over to Hopkins, who gets into the lane. His shot is up and good as he drives, and his 3-foot push shot buries home for Fresno State, who now leads once again 10-9 as we reach the 15:30 mark of the first half. Brito looking for a screen to the outside, and they're going to call a foul against, did not catch who
Kobe,
it goes against. Yep, Kobe McEwen picks up the foul. It'll be Fresno State's ball when we come back on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. 15:31 left to go here in the first half. Utah State trailing Fresno State 10-9 outside of a lot of foul calls. An entertaining first start to this game, Coach.
Well, nobody can guard anyone off the bounce to start. I mean, it's both teams are just kind of driving at their will, and that'll have to change, or we're going to have a NBA 120-point game at this pace. But I think the Aggies will make a few adjustments here in the timeout and defense. They're switching a little too much, and so that's exposing lanes to drive in. So I'd like to see the Aggies switch a little less so that they can guard the ball just a little bit better.
All right, Utah State trailing 10-9. Kobe McEwen picking up a foul on the last possession on the offensive side of the court. So that means Fresno State will have the ball and a 1-point lead. Again, 10-9. Right now, Utah State led in scoring with Alex Dargington with 5, Dwayne Brown with 4. Here comes Fresno State, moving left to right. Crossing the timeline. Aggies a little bit of a press to try to slow things down a bit. Bittner on the left wing. Swings over to Bowles. Bowles drives into the lane. Spin. Cut off by her. Good defense by Brito. Back over to Hopkins. Hopkins wants to drive. He's cut off by Dargington. Finally, a down low look is up and missed by Terrell Carter, and a fight for the rebound finally brought down by Utah State. Carter's a load out there, by the way.
Yeah, that takes all Alex can do to block him out.
6'10", 290, as Kobe forces a shot, tries to draw the foul. He doesn't get it, and here comes Fresno going the other way with Taylor. Taylor loses the handle, ball's down on the court, finally is able to regain possession, swings it over to Hopkins on the left wing. Hopkins over to Bittner. Bittner tries to drive inside the three-point line. Aggie's doing a good job trying to cut off these drives. Hopkins finally pulls up inside the three-point line and gets the jumper to fall, and Fresno State leads 12-9 with 14:20 left to go.
Yeah, better defensive possession there. I mean, he made the basket, but we forced him into a long two.
Kobe getting hassled out there. Takes a elbow to the chin, but again, no foul is called. Sam Merrill double teamed, has to swing it cross court over to Quinn Taylor on the right side. Taylor wants to go to work, swings it over to Kobe on the left wing. Kobe with 9 seconds left, drive, cut off, swings it back to Taylor. Taylor, cross-court pass intercepted by Fresno State. Here comes Hopkins trying to get to the rim, 1-on-3, and he's still able to finish. 3 Aggies got back. Hopkins didn't care, still attacked the rim, and Fresno State leads by 5, 14-9 with 13:45 left to go.
And that's exactly our keys to the game, is not to turn it over for touchdowns, and that's exactly what that was. A long pass gave him an opportunity to steal.
Dwayne Brown's going to come back into the game. Pull-up three-point shot by Kobe is good from the outside. Taking matters into his own hands.
Well, that was an anger three, because on the previous play, he shot a three, was fouled, and there was no call, and so that was an anger three there.
Kobe gets it to fall. Aggies trail by 2, 14-12, with 13:17 left to go. Taylor back up top to Hopkins. Hopkins trying to find trying to get the offense going, trying to look for Bulls, can't get it, so he hands over to Bittner. He'll take a straightaway three, not even close, and Diogo Brito's there for the rebound. Brito crossing the timeline, keeps it himself, drives into lane, scoop shot is up and good. Brito, a no-pass possession, takes it all the way in and lays it up and in. Aggies on a 5-0 run, have tied this thing up at 14 apiece. Hopkins hands over to Bulls. Bulls back over to Taylor. Taylor straight away, three-point line extended, picked up by Brito, gets a screen in the lane, shot off the glass, gets it to go. And when you've got Carter, who weighs 290 pounds, setting a screen, it can open up some shots for you.
Yeah, it's almost an identical possession to the way Diogo scored. He gets past his man, and then it's just the big man's the only one he has left to beat.
Sam Merrill is going to be fouled outside the three-point line. 12:25 left to go. Aggies trail 16-14. Into the game, Abel Porter is going to check in. We've not seen Abel on the court for quite some time. Dwayne Brown comes into the game, and D'Angelo Isby checking in as well.
Well, Coach Duryea mentioned when I spoke to him today that Abel's been practicing better than Ainge, and so that's the player he was going to give an opportunity to today.
Porter running the point now for Utah State. Also into the game is Jamil Taylor for Fresno State. Foul is going to go against Fresno State. That'll be their 4th team foul. Aggies with 3 team fouls as they're piling up here in the early stages of this first half.
Yeah, we talked about free throw shooting. This game could definitely come down to free throw shots.
Sam Merrill on the right wing. Over to Porter. Porter swings it back over to Isby on the left side. Isby gets a screen, wanting to drive, has a good look, puts the shot up, won't go, back iron. Got to finish at the rim, right, Coach?
Yeah, I think if he takes one more dribble, he'll find himself with an easier layup and not have to settle for the floater.
Hopkins trying to drive to the outside, instead kicks it back over, and the shot is missed as Bryson Williams tried to attack the rim, couldn't get the shot to go, and the foul will go against Utah State. So the Aggies trail 16-14, 11:53 left to go here in the first half. You're listening to Aggie Basketball on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. 11:53 left to go here in the first half. Fresno State leading Utah State 16-14. Coach, both teams shooting the ball well early on. Fresno shooting 64% from the field. Utah State 60%. Fresno 7 of 11. Utah State 6 for 10.
Yeah, I don't know if the defensive is poor or they're phenomenal drivers. It's a tough one to call, but definitely this is an exciting game and an exciting start. I don't think there's anything offensively that the Aggies need to change. I think defensively, maybe less switching. I wouldn't mind them playing a possession or two of zone here, since Fresno State hasn't proven they can beat you from the outside yet.
Hopkins leading all scorers with 6 points in the first half. Again, he's caused some problems here for Utah State. The big gun, Deshaun Taylor, is yet to even take a shot attempt. He's averaging nearly 19 points a game. Stepping up to the free throw line is Bryson Williams. He was 2 for 2 on his first trip. Now make it 3 for 3 as he makes that one. He's only a 58% free throw shooter, but Coach, so far, pretty good day for him.
Yeah, we bring out the best in opposing teams from the line, that's for sure.
Fresno State, their largest lead of 3 right now, 17-14. Williams lines up the second shot. It's up and gets that to go. Young man's 4 for 4. And again, here comes the press here by Fresno State as Brown needs to inbound it. Finally swings it over to Porter. Abel Porter getting some time as Brown swings it back to him. He's picked up there by Jamel Taylor. Quinn Taylor with the ball. Screen is set. They're going to call Fresno State with the foul. That already gives them their 15th foul with 11:42 left to go here in the first half. Porter's going to check out. Julian Perry checks in, and Kobe McEwen checks in. Sam Merrill's going to check out.
Yeah, you're definitely going to need a breather in this game. I mean, this is a fast and furious pace to start the game.
Julian Perry gets the inbound on the far sideline. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Brown working on the outside. Three-point line extended. Kobe steps back, looks at the three, instead swings it back over to Perry. Perry wants to drive, cross court to Taylor. Taylor's got a good look, drives, shot, won't go. Can't finish on the big man. Ball still rattling around, picked up by Kobe. He attacks the rim and he's fouled. As Bryson Williams has to cut him off and take the foul to avoid an easy layup by Kobe McEwen as Fresno State couldn't corral that rebound.
Yeah, it just kind of bounced around there, and the Aggies are fortunate to pick that one up and get to the line and have a chance to not go blank on this possession.
Yeah, Terrell Carter causing a lot of problems out there for Fresno State. Just a big man that the Aggies really have nobody they can combat size-wise. Kobe McEwen misses his first free throw. I'll have one more.
Yeah, he's a big load, and this altitude will get to him a little bit.
Yeah.
But when he's out there, we definitely need to attack him off the drive, and that's what Taylor did. It's really a mismatch. He just did not finish at the basket.
Kobe's looking for the next free throw, gets the ball. Aggies trail in this game 18-14, now make it 18-15 as Kobe makes the second free throw. Here comes Fresno again. Utah State bringing a little bit of a press, try to slow things down. Taylor hands over to Taylor as Deshaun Taylor has the ball. Three-point line extended, looking for a screen to the right side, looking to drive. Down low, good look, shot up, missed by Fresno State. Finally, an offensive rebound goes out of bounds as Nate Grimes couldn't corral it after a good look was missed and chased it out of bounds on the far sideline. The ball goes back to Utah State.
Yeah, you know, both teams just so similar in styles. The Fresno's got a little man-to-man pressure each possession, and the Aggies have a little 1-2-2 full court pressure.
Isby crosses the timeline. He's double-teamed, loses the handle, goes out of bounds off of Fresno State. 10:56 left to go here in the first half. Aggies trail 18-15.
That's a cardinal sin against a press, is to dribble to the corner, and that's what Isby did. We're fortunate there.
Brown inbounds over to Taylor. Taylor to Isby on the right wing. Three-point line extended. Isby holds on to it. Swings it finally back over to Kobe. Three-point line extended. 10 seconds. Kobe takes a straightaway three. Won't go. Quinn Taylor fights for the rebound, but Nate Grimes is able to pull it down for Fresno.
So that's that bounce possession, that just a dribble possession that Coach Duray wants to avoid.
Taylor thinks about the three, instead hands over to Bittner. Bittner back over to Hopkins, who wants to drive baseline, comes back to the middle of the court, attacks it from the inside the key, won't go on the push shot, goes off the front iron, and here comes Julian Perry working it for Utah State. Aggies trail 18-15. Brown drives, not fouled, ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it stays with Utah State. Looked like Brown got assaulted at the rim, but no harm, no foul, and Utah State fortunately able to hold on to possession.
Well, some of those early fouls start to add up, and the referees then start missing the big
let that
elephants.
one go a little bit. Kobe inbounding, looking for Perry. Perry attacks the rim, shot up, won't go. Another potential foul on Grimes, but again, no whistle. So Fresno State with the ball after a couple missed opportunities by the Aggies. Taylor on the right wing, picked up by Perry. Swings it back over to Bittner. Fresno State leads by 3, 18-15. Into the lane, a travel before the shot is up and made. Nate Grimes was able to lay it up, but they say he walked before the shot.
Well, I feel like we started out with such a furious pace, and about the last 2 or 3 minutes, neither team has scored. It's other than a few free throws here and there. The game kind of got ugly for in between these 12 and 8 minute medias.
Fresno has not scored in the last 2 minutes. Utah State 0 for 5 on their last shot attempts. Have not hit a field goal in the last 3:05. 18-15 our score. Fresno State leading by 3. Kobe McEwen with 9:43 left to go here in the first half. Over to Sam Merrill on the left wing. Back to Kobe. Takes that right wing three. Buries it from the outside. He loves that spot out on the court.
Yeah, and I think that's a fine play. You kind of get a little penetration by Sam and a little step back by Kobe. That's a good team partner play there.
6 points for Kobe McEwen. Aggies bring this game back to a tie, 18 apiece. Taylor picked up by Sam Merrill on the right side. Gets a screen, tries to drive right. Instead hands over to Hopkins. Hopkins back over to Taylor. Taylor has to swing back to Hopkins. 5 seconds left. Hopkins lines up Sam Merrill into the lane. Dishes it off. Right baseline shot is missed. And here comes Utah State with a chance to take the lead back. Sam Merrill over to Perry. Perry takes the three. Buries the three. And Utah State on a 6-0 run leads by 3. 8:50 and counting left to go. First half action. Deshaun Taylor, who's been held scoreless in the first half, nearly loses the handle, nearly travels, finally has to pick up his dribble. No one's there to help him out. Finally dishes over to Bittner. Bittner tries to drive baseline. Ball stolen away on a paint pass, and Sam Merrill with the steal. Over to Julian Perry. Perry on the right wing. Utah State leads by 3, 21-18. 8:25 left to go. Fresno's gone the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds without a point.
Aggies need to stay aggressive here.
Perry down to Brown. Brown attacks the rim, blocked away by Grimes, and here comes Fresno State. Brown got a little greedy, and Grimes was lurking right behind him for a block shot, his second block shot of the first half. Hopkins to Bittner. Bittner on the right side. Over to Taylor. Jamil Taylor can't find anything, and he's finally hit by Julian Perry. They've got to call a foul there, and that brings us to the under 8-minute timeout. Aggies lead by 3. 21-18, currently on a 7-0 run. 7:57 left to go. First half action on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. $7:57 left to go here in the first half. Utah State leads by 3 over Fresno State, 21-18. Aggie shooting 47% from the field, but Coach, about 67% from 3, 4 of 6 from beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, like I said, offensively, we look really good right now, and I think one thing that is different than the starts of other games is that Coach Duryea came out and really made it an emphasis to get the ball in the post the first 2 possessions, and then he called a few set plays so that we weren't just a little out of control. After that, he freed him up a little bit and let him run through. We had a couple threes in transition and some good looks. Defensively, I think the Aggies have done a fine job recognizing what the other opponent can do. Scouting report defense. They've let the non-shooters, they've given them a little bit more space and tempted them into shooting it rather than just run up and guard everybody the same. So good job adjustment between the 12 and 8-minute medias.
Kobe McEwen leading all scorers with 7 points. Dargenton's got 5. As for Fresno State, 2 players with 6 points, Hopkins as well as Bryson Williams. All right, Fresno State with the ball, down by 3. Aggies up 21-18. Hopkins over to Taylor. Deshaun Taylor wanting to drive. Pulls up, cut off by Brito, swings it back over to Hopkins outside the three-point line. He's in the lane, shot is blocked away by Dargenton. Long pass to Brito, all by himself, throws it down, and Utah State has their largest lead of 5. 23-18. Aggies on a 9-0 run. Taylor cut off by Merrill, has to call a timeout. Taylor and Merrill getting into it. Merrill clapping, high-fiving, and Utah State feeling good right now. Aggies lead 23-18, 7:26 left to go. Let's take a coach's timeout on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. Utah State leading 23-18, currently on a 9-0 run. Fresno's gone the last 4:27 without scoring in this game. Deshaun Taylor on the left wing, cut off by Brito. Brito's been really good defensively in this game. Merrill tries to sneak into his back pocket. Over to Bittner, takes a baseline 3 and hits that baseline 3, cutting that Aggie 9-0 run. And Utah State has a lead down to 2, 23-21. Aggies up by 2 with 7 minutes left to go.
Yeah, we were doing okay defensively. Julian fell down, and it left an open player there in the corner for a 3.
Dargenton on the right wing, give and go to Kobe, who lays it up and in. Dargenton skipping down court with a nice assist to Kobe McEwen.
Yeah, the way they're playing right now, they're just having fun and they're executing the offense perfectly.
25-21. Aggies lead by 4 over Fresno State. 6:36 left to go. Kobe McEwen with a game-high 9 points in this game. Bittner over to Taylor, who takes a long three and buries the three. And that's not Deshaun Taylor. That's Jamel Taylor, who's only, it was not a high percentage three-point shooter. Merrill over to Brito on the left wing. Aggies lead 25-24, 1 point lead, 6:11 left to go. Over to Sam. Sam Merrill on the right wing, wanting to drive over Bittner. Gets the shot, won't go, but he does draw the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. That's Bittner who gets hit with the foul. Sam Merrill will step to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think the crowd is oohing. They thought it might have been a goaltend, but the referee, Eric Curry, said the ball was still on its way up, and it didn't look like it had hit the backboard yet. So
Merrill lines up the free throw. First shot up and good. He'll have one more. That's Sam Merrill, I believe, his first points of the game.
Yeah, they've done a concentrated effort to keep the ball out of his hands. They run a double team him every time he has possessions. First opportunities had to drive to the basket unmolested. Aggies
lead by 2, now lead by 3. 27-24 with 6:06 left to go here in the first half. Aggies with the nice token press, trying to slow things down a little bit. Finally crossing the midcourt stripe is Hopkins. Hopkins over to Taylor. Deshaun Taylor on the left wing. Flashes over to Bittner. Bittner three-point line extended. Back over to Taylor. Jamel Taylor, who just hit a long three. Trying to post up down low. Ball is tipped away, nearly taken away. Utah State sees it go back to Fresno. Taylor into the lane, cross court to Bittner, over to Hopkins, three-point line extended, did not get the shot off. Shot clock violation. Crowd here in the Spectrum giving the Aggie defense a nice applause.
I'll tell you what, this is, they've had some pretty good performances to start a game, and other than the first 4 minutes of the game, I think their defense has been absolutely phenomenal.
5:35 left to go in the first half. Utah State leads 27-24 over Fresno State. Sam Merrill forced to inbound it. Swings it over to Kobe. Kobe double team, and they're going to call a charge against Fresno State. Or no, not a charge, a block against Fresno State. And Kobe McEwen's going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, so they have a play. Now, in the past, that may have been an offensive foul, but they have they now call you in the cylinder, which means if you're in the operating area, so the offensive player should be able to turn, and Kobe wasn't. We're fortunate it wasn't an offensive foul, but again, he was inside the cylinder, so we'll go shoot free throws on the other end.
Did initiate the contact.
Yes.
Kobe McEwen's got a 1-and-1. That's the 8th team foul for Fresno State. Kobe on his first trip to the free throw line went 1 for 2. By the way, nice crowd has settled in here in the Spectrum. First shot is up and won't go. Rebound brought down by Fresno State. Here comes Hopkins crossing the timeline. Kobe 1 for 3 on the free throw lines. Taylor over to Hopkins. Hopkins on the right wing, looking over to Williams. Williams trying to go to work. Push shot is up and good. And Fresno State cuts the lead down to 1, 27-26. As Fresno State getting the majority of their points inside the paint. Kobe McEwen loses the handle on the dribble, has to go cross court to get it. Finally crossing the timeline, being hounded by Taylor. McEwen on the right wing, trying to set up a screen for Taylor, has to hand off to Taylor, back to Merrill on the right side. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Down low to Kobe. Kobe's shot at the rim is blocked away by Bryson Williams. Beautiful block, his second. Taylor pump fakes the three. Oh, back to Hopkins. He crosses over, can't get the shot to fall on the jump shot, and Sam Merrill comes away with the rebound. 4:34 left to go. Aggies lead by 1, 27-26, until Sam Merrill buries a three from the left wing.
I'll tell you what, that dude is an assassin. If he looks so good when he shoots the ball. That's a phenomenal play.
Aggies lead by 4, 30-26, 4:19 left to go. Cold-blooded Sam Merrill. Down low to Williams. Williams trying to go to work. Spin into the lane. Shot up good, and he's fouled. Wow.
Yeah, he's really a load right now. Alex cannot guard him one-on-one. We've tried to double team him, and we did there as well. But we just gave up on the double team, and then Taylor had to come over to help and ends up fouling him for an and-one opportunity.
Browns checking back into the game. Dargington stays in. Quinn Taylor's going to come out. Aggies on the court right now as Porter checks in to give Kobe a bit of a breather. It's Brown, Brito, Dargington, Sam Merrill, and Abel Porter. Free throw is up and missed. Brito fights for the rebound, brings it down. So the Aggies lead remains 2, 30-28. 4:03 and counting left to go here in the first half. Porter hands over to Dargington, who loses the handle on the pass, goes out of bounds, saved by Fresno State. And here comes the Bulldogs with a chance to take tie or take the lead. Here comes Fresno State. Long three. William buries it. Holy smokes, that young man's got range. Jamel Taylor, his second three-point shot attempt, and Fresno State now leads by 1, 31-30 with 3:35 left to go. Sam Merrill on the left wing. Over to Porter. Three-point line straight away. Picked up by Jamel Taylor, who's got 2 big threes in the early stages of this game. Dargington, as the offense breaks down, wants to drive into the lane and tries to just throw up a shot, and he travels before he could even get the shot attempt up, and Utah State trails by 1, gives the ball back to Fresno State. 31-30, Bulldogs up by 1, 3:20 left to go, first half action on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. Aggies have led by as many as 5 in the first half, currently trail by 1. Fun back and forth game between these two teams, but just this is how good Fresno State is. You have a little bit of a lapse in judgment or a lapse in play, and they'll come back on you in a hurry. Yeah, I mean, let's not get ourselves ahead of ourselves. We're not going to blow any teams out this year. All these games are going to be grind-out games. It's how many times can you avoid the costly mistakes? Yeah. I mean, it's 2 straight turnovers. We throw the ball off Alex's shoulder in a set play situation, and then we come down and travel, and they really just expose you. They come down and score. Those end up to be, 6-point, 8-point swings, as opposed to if you can get a shot on goal, you have a better opportunity not to give up the big spread. Checking into the game, number 0 for Fresno State, New Williams, who is yet to take this is his first action this year at Fresno State, at least according to their stats. Welcome to the game. Yeah, New Williams on the right wing, picked up by Porter. Double dribble. And he double dribbled. And that might be his last action in Fresno State. So he dribbles it right off his leg. I don't think he's quite familiar with that rule, but he'll learn quickly. Looks a little perplexed. Yeah. Utah State with the ball. Down by 1, 31-30. 3:10 left to go here in the first half. Abel Porter picked up by Jamel Taylor, who's got 6 points on 2 long threes. Dargington hands over to Sam Merrill. Merrill running the weave to Brito on the outside, the three-point line. Brito fakes to drive, battens back to Porter. Porter with 14 seconds left, looked to Dargington, couldn't get it to him. Brown then tries to get to Dargington, and they're going to go a travel on Brown. So right foot pivot, switch to left foot pivot. Okay for Karl Malone, not so much for the Aggie fans. Yeah, Dwayne Brown not getting that same kind of preferential treatment. 31-30, Aggies trail by 1, 2:52 left to go. Back-to-back turnovers for these teams. Here comes Hopkins back in the game on the left wing. Hopkins trying to create something offensively. Hands over to New Williams, trying to work around the horn to the left side. Back over to Hopkins, drives into lane, attacks the rim, gets the shot, won't go. Dargington quickly there with a rebound. Dargington doing a good job defensively to alter that shot. Merrill loses the handle, stolen away by Jamel Taylor. Long pass to Hopkins, who throws down a dunk, and Fresno State leads by 3, 33-30, 2:20 and counting left to go, as Fresno State now flexing their muscles in this game. Yeah, turnovers for touchdowns. I think we've given up 6 points now on turnovers that led to fast break layups or dunks. Isby wants to drive, cut off. He's forced to bring it back. Pump fakes a 3. Wisely gives it over to Dargington, who's about 10 feet away from the basket, attacking into the lane, spin shot off the glass, and gets it to go. Friendly roll for Alex Dargington, attacking the rim. Yeah, and I like, we haven't seen his post play in a while, but he's got a bit of a mismatch there because he's quicker. Yeah, 33-32. Aggies trail by 1. Hopkins swings it over to New Williams. He wants to drive on Isby. Spins into lane, picks up a foot, and he travels. So he's got a double dribble and a travel, and that's not a great way to start your basketball career at Fresno State. 33-32, Aggies have a chance to take the lead back. Down by 1 with $1:35 left to go here in the first half. Some perspiration on the floor there. And the way the pace of this game is going, I'm surprised there's not more. Yeah. Aggies shooting 55% from the field, Fresno State 57. Aggies 5 of 7 from beyond the three-point line. Kobe McEwen running the point, picked up by Deshaun Taylor. McEwen working the right side of the court. Hands over to Merrill. Merrill waiting for Kobe to clear. Instead works back to the right side of the court. Posting up Dwayne Brown. Brown about 10 feet away, going to work into the lane, and they're going to call a block on Fresno State. Kind of bailed him out on that one.
Well, we had a mismatch in the post, and this should be an automatic call. We don't see it very often, but if a player flops, meaning he falls down before there's actually contact, then it should be an automatic block call, and a lot of times it's not, but John Higgins has the right call there. We'll go, and hopefully we can make some free throws here and get this game, take the lead again in this game.
So 1-1 for Brown with 1:15 left to go. Aggies trail by 1, 33-32. Brown lines up the free throw. Shot is up and gets it to go. Earns another free throw. We're all square, 33 apiece. Aggies with only 16 fouls here in the first half. Fresno, that's their 9th. Double bonus the rest of the way here for Utah State. Second free throw is up and good. Aggies are 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Ironically enough, all 3 misses coming courtesy of Kobe McEwen. Taylor gets rocked, no call on the court. Probably good just to let that one go. Hopkins on the right side. Back over to Jamil Taylor. Got to watch him from 3. He'll take the shot inside the three-point line and miss it. His first miss came from the close range. Kobe McEwen crossing the timeline. Aggies have a chance to take the lead. Kobe splitting a double team, attacking the rim, off the glass, gets it to go. Holy smokes, he will not be denied. And the Aggies lead 36-33, 38 seconds left to go. Taylor on the left wing, trying to drive, goes baseline, shot off the glass, he gets it to go. Aggies lead by 1, 36-35, 28 seconds left. Shot clock is off here, Coach. Aggies wait for the last shot.
Yeah, and we don't have a timeout. We used it early. You do have a use it or lose it, but we've already used that. So we just have to set up something.
Brown back to Dargington, over to Kobe with 13 seconds left. A little bit of contact out there. Refs are letting it go. Kobe now with 8 seconds. Straight away 3. Shot is up and good. He was knocked down. He still doesn't get the foul. Here comes Taylor crossing the timeline. 1 half-court shot is up. Won't go, and the Aggies are going to take a 4-point lead as Kobe McEwen wants a foul. I think he should get a foul, but they gave him the 3-point shot anyway.
Well, I don't think that Fresno State was ready for him to pull up there. I mean, it was a very deep 3, and it was closely guarded. They weren't ready, and they ended up really pushing him to the ground, and no call by the referee takes us to halftime, 39-35.
Kobe McEwen leading the way with 14 points on 5 of 8 shooting, as the Aggie is filling it tonight, leading all scores. 39-35, 4-point lead for Utah State as we go to the break on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.